everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. It's Fiona here and this is my October favourites video. October favourites! I've not really got an awful lot for you this month, but I know you like seeing the favourites videos, so I thought I would do one anyway. And you may know that I don't stick to specific categories of my favourite videos because I like to tell you about things that I'm genuinely loving in the month rather than trying to find something to fit a category. One thing in particular this month is very random, but I've been loving it, so I thought I would tell you about it. Right, first of all, I do always like to try and get food and drink in my favourites. So my favourite food in October was, it's autumn, it's getting chilly outside, I love the way the trees all change colour, I love the darker nights and being able to be nice and cosy, but most of all, I love a nice warm bowl of soup. So that's been my favourite food this month. Not very exciting, I know, but in particular, my favourite soup has been my homemade cauliflower and bacon soup that I do have a recipe for on this channel. So I will put it in the description below for you, the link, just in case you've not seen it. I just love it. It's so healthy, it's creamy, it's warming, and it's very filling as well, and cheap. Can't forget cheap. So yeah, that is the food that I have been loving this month. Drink. Now, you need to forgive me because I have kind of featured this before, but I've got a reason for featuring it again, and that is the Jordan Skinny Syrup. Now, the reasons that I'm featuring it again are, first of all, I've got a new favourite flavour, which is this, the butter toffee. Oh, it is so nice, especially in coffee. It gives it a really smooth sort of texture and flavour. Oh, it is really, really nice. So the butter toffee Jordan syrup, but I'm loving all of them, to be honest. And the reason that I'm featuring it this month is normally my favourite drink in October, November time would be Ribena Winter Spice. However, now that I'm on the ketogenic diet, I can't drink it. Yes, it's no added sugar, however, it's made with a high concentrate of fruit juice, and that does give a lot of sugar per glass, so I have to stay away from that. But I discovered that the Jordan Skinny Syrups are lovely just with hot water, the way you would make up a Ribena Winter Spice. They are so nice. Really nice, and it's helped me get my water intake in as well. Because I do intermittent fasting and these have sucralose which doesn't break your fast, I can have a few hot drinks before I actually break my fast with a nice creamy coffee. So yeah, I'm really loving the Jordan Skinny Syrups just now. They're so versatile. Home-wise, this month, I haven't got any specific cleaning products or beauty products, anything like that, but what I have got is a candle. My mum got me this for my birthday and it is the sparkling cinnamon, and oh, it is so nice. Oh, smell. It reminds me, when you smell it like that, it reminds me of, what were the sweets that you used to get years ago? Is it cinnamon balls they were called? And oh, they were just so nice. Was there not like gobstoppers, like big hard sweets that you could get? Were they firecrackers or something they were called? And they were really nippy, really cinnamony. That's what it smells like. But when it's lit, the other night Jack and I had the house to ourselves, which is very unusual. So we had the curtains closed, we were snuggled up watching that comedy on Netflix, and I had this lit, and oh, it was just nice. It really gave a nice cosy, snuggly autumn night feel. Oh, it was so nice. I wouldn't say it smells just like Christmas, but it's a hint of Christmas, which is just what you need at this time of year. So yeah, my favourite candle at the moment is the Yankee Candle Sparkling Cinnamon. Thanks, Mum. My next thing is the really, really random thing that I was talking about. And I decided to teach myself to touch type. So I went through a few different sort of websites to try to teach myself, and I came across a fantastic one called howtotype.com. What I've done is, in true Blue Peter style, I have prepared a clip of me using the website and showing you exactly what it does, so I will insert that here. So this website is called howtotype.com, and it gives you a number of different typing lessons down here. If you're starting from the very beginning, you just work through them all, and it teaches you how to touch type all the different letters. And you can have typing practice, which is what I'm doing just now. So you can practice typing quotes, or you can practice typing code, and then once you've had a lot of practice, you can then do a typing speed test. So I'm on typing practice just now, and all you need to do is, I'm on practicing quotes, so you click practice a new quote, and it will bring a quote up for you. It shows you down here. This quote is from The Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy, and also gives you the option to preview the Kindle edition if you want to. It tells you up here what the difficulty level is, and you can click to have it in lowercase only. And over here you get the option to choose any topic, or non-fiction or fiction, depending on what your interests are, and you can choose the length. You can go for any length, short, medium or long. I like to keep it on any topic, any length, just for a bit of variety. Okay, so here is the quote that is given me up, and I will show you in the next clip what actually happens when you're typing. Sorry, it keeps going in and out of focus. That's because I'm shaking. Maybe I need a coffee, or maybe I've had too much. Down the bottom it shows you the book and the name of the author that the quote has came from, and as you can see, as you're typing, the letters change colour, and that tells you whether you've got the letter correct or wrong, and you just keep going until you've reached the end of the quote, like so. So this then shows you in pink where you've made mistakes. It gives you your results, how many words per minute, how accurate you were, how many errors and how many keys per second. And down here it shows you what keys that you missed and how fast and slow you were on each key. And then if you decide that you need to work on those errors, you can click on supplemental exercise, and it gives you another exercise that's going to help with the errors that you made and the keys that you were slow on. Yep, so that has been a favourite of mine this month, teaching myself how to touch type, and that really is, it's a free website, anybody can use it, and if you're interested in learning how to type, go ahead and give it a go. The thing is, I'm so fast at typing on my phone, but it's completely different, and I can type on my phone without looking. I know, I can be talking to somebody and typing, and I know exactly what I'm typing, but it's so different actually doing it on a keyboard now. I think it's a skill that a lot of us have lost, and it's a really good skill to have. TV and movie, right, these are my last two categories, and these were the real reasons that I really wanted to do this video this month, because two of them I just can't stop raving about. So let's look at TV first. Now there's been two favourites in my TV category this month. The first one is a Netflix programme called Unbelievable. Now I first heard about this on Jane Gammon's channel, and I thought, oh, that sounds like the sort of thing that I would like, I'm going to go and watch it. And I ended up binge watching it. I watched the whole series in 2 days and it was fab. It's based on a true story about a young girl in America who, she's had a tough start in life. She's in the care system. She's gone from different foster families, and she finally gets a bit of independence in like a sort of sheltered housing for people in care, if you like. And one night she gets raped. Someone breaks into her house and rapes her. So she contacts the police about it and gives them her story. And everybody keeps asking her the same things over and over again, and it makes her confused. And she starts to think, what have I told you? I've already told you that. Did I tell you that? And you can see she sort of has flashbacks at the time, and you can see she's sort of doubting what she's saying. She can't remember exactly how it happened. And in the long run, the police badger her so much, and her previous foster parents don't start to question her so much that she actually takes back her statement and said that she lied about it and that she just wanted attention, because that's basically what the police had put in her head. And you're left thinking, did you lie about it? Oh, I was completely believing you there. Were you lying about that? And then, parallel to her story, it then starts looking at two different detectives that are looking at very similar rapes in different parts of I can't remember if I think it's different states in America. I don't know how all the geography works. And the two detectives realise that the rapes that they're investigating are very similar and they come together. So the whole series is basically about looking at this poor girl who reported this rape but then took her statement back, and the detectives that are investigating very similar rapes, and all the way through it you really don't know what to believe, and that's why it's called Unbelievable. And it all comes together really well at the end. And I think the reason that I like it so much is that it's based on a true story, and you can just tell that these things do go on in the world, and it's quite horrifying to think that people's stories aren't believed and that people can make things up for attention. And yeah, just a really, really good watch. Not edge of your seat drama. It's one of these things that's just nice to watch in the background. I sat and did my crochet as I was watching it. You don't need to have 100% focus on it, but it's one of these things that you really want to know what happens, especially with it being based on a true story. So yeah, Unbelievable on Netflix. I would highly recommend that. The second TV programme, bear in mind it's been Halloween, so it was quite a scary one in a way. And it was one that we didn't know about at first. It was on ITV2. It is now finished, but I've checked. You can still watch it on the ITV Hub for the next 3 weeks, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. So get watching it quickly if you fancy it. It was called Keller Camp. Now, like I said, we didn't know about it until people at Jack's work started talking about it. And he was like, oh, need to have a look into that. And it's probably the sort of thing that we might not have watched. Jack certainly wouldn't have watched it if people hadn't recommended it, because it's like a reality TV show. It's a bit like a Big Brother type thing. However, it's set in a 1980s American holiday camp type thing. So there's a lot of 80s music in it. It's all 80s style dress. And the leader, if you like, is like an American style camp leader. And he's hilarious, he's brilliant in it. So basically what it was, I think it was 11 people at the start. Like I said, we missed the first couple of episodes. It was on every night for a week. And they all thought that they were going to like a Love Island type thing. They thought they were going to this holiday camp to try and find love. But once they got there, they discovered that there was a big twist to it. And that was that one of the people in amongst them was a killer. And they had to suss out who the killer was quickly so that people wouldn't get murdered. Now, what they did was every day they had 2 challenges to do in teams, and one challenge was to try to win money, and the other challenge was to win clues to find out who the killer was. So the challenge is to win money. For everything that they got right or that they did right, the innocent people in the camp got a set amount of money. For everything that they got wrong or were too slow or whatever, the killer got a pot of money. So obviously the killer was going to be trying to sabotage these tasks because they wanted money. So you had your eyes on what everybody was doing to find out, oh, was he sabotaging? He could have done that better. I think it's him. And you all start guessing who the killer is because they all seem innocent and they're all telling everybody that they are innocent. And the challenge to find out the clues was really interesting as well, because when they got the clues, they were all taken into a separate room and given a clue, and it was up to them whether they told everybody what their clue was, whether they changed the clue, lied about the clue, and it was just fantastic. It really got us going, trying to figure out who the killer was. And then at the end of every episode, they would all go to the campfire with the camp leader, and 2 of them would have to walk into the woods, knowing that only one of them would come back alive, because the killer, in amongst the innocents and the campmates, would instruct the handyman Bruce to go into the woods and murder them. Now, Bruce was a big guy and you couldn't see his face. He was wearing like a mask, like a sort of mummy bandaged mask with only eye holes. And he was freaky. He would pop up at times during the day when they were doing different things. One of the times he came into their bedroom at night and they all nearly crapped themselves. They were running out of the room. One of them fell trying to get away from him. It was hilarious. He just kept popping up and giving everybody frights, and it gave us a fright as well. So he would be instructed to go in and kill one of the people. So obviously you didn't want to be one of the people chosen to go into the woods, because you could then die. It was basically a way of like elimination, like if you did watch Big Brother or Love Island, someone would get eliminated but the other person would be able to come back out and join the camp again. Now, I'm not going to tell you the ways that they were killed, but it was so well done. When they walked into the woods, the camp leader would then tell them a scary story by the campfire. So he would be sitting talking about these people who walked into the woods, and one person came across such and such, and then the story would begin. And while he's telling the story, the person who'd been chosen to be murdered would act out the story at the same time. Obviously at that point they'd been told, right, you've been murdered, this is what you need to do. And it was like a reenactment of Bruce coming and murdering these people, and it was brilliant. Some of them were really, really funny. Some of them were quite freaky, but obviously it was make-believe. Brooke watched it with us and she went, are they really getting killed? I'm like, no, Brooke, really, they're not getting killed. So yeah, that's basically, I know I've rambled on for ages about it, but you need to understand exactly what it's about. And please, please, if you like that sort of thing, go and watch it. Even if you're not normally into reality TV, if you like whodunits, it's definitely worth watching, because yeah, it's reality TV, but there's so much of it trying to guess who it was. And yeah, really, really good. I would highly recommend watching that. So it's on the ITV Hub for the next couple of weeks, and it's called Keller Camp. I really, really hope they make another series of it next Halloween, because it was fab. So that's my TV. Lastly, I have got a movie to tell you about that I have loved this month. We all as a family loved it. My mum and dad loved it. And that is another Netflix film, and it's called Eli. I will warn you, it is a scary film, it's a horror film, it was made this year. However, it's not your run-of-the-mill horror film that's got no storyline to it and it's just blood and guts and gore. It is a really well-made horror film. The effects are brilliant. They've taken a different point of view when it comes to the effects and the ghosts and things. It's just not your run-of-the-mill thing, and there's a brilliant storyline to it. There's quite a few twists, and it's basically about a little boy who's got such a debilitating illness that he can't go outside without wearing a special suit. He's got so many allergies that he almost dies if he goes out into fresh air where there's germs and things like that. And his mum and dad find a doctor who's practicing a new form of therapy to help people like that. There's only a few of them in the world, there's not many of them, so no mainstream doctors have got this treatment, and it is an experimental treatment, but they decide that they want to do it anyway, just to give the wee boy called Eli the best chance possible. So they take him to this very scary looking place, and he goes there. It's just him and his mum and dad and the people there, the doctor and the doctor's assistants, who are doing the therapy. And I can't say any more than that without giving it away. All I will say is you need to watch it. It is brilliant. There are a few jump scares. I'm not easily scared, but I did scream at one of the points. The special effects are brilliant. The ideas they've got for like the spooky things, the ghosty type things, are just so unique and so new. Really good. Keeps you guessing the whole way through, and at the end you're like, it just all makes sense. And yeah, I would highly, highly recommend it. If you can handle being scared, if you're not too sure about being scared, don't watch it in the dark. We watched it in the dark and loved it because we do like being scared. But yeah, definitely I would highly recommend it if you get a chance to watch it. That's Eli on Netflix. So that's everything for my October favourites. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you've been loving in the month of October in the description below. I know we're in November now, but I like to get October I like to do it the month after to make sure that I don't miss anything, because if I had done it during October I would have missed Keller Camp because I wouldn't have known about it. So yeah, let me know what you were loving in the month of October. It can be anything at all. And if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that you know every time we upload a video. We do favourites, we do diet type thing, we do family vlogs, we do doggy vlogs, we do shopping hauls, we do a bit of everything on this channel, and we would love you to come along for the ride and be part of our crazy family. So I will see you in our next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye!